All right, so the Cleveland Browns had a great response to the fan vote last year for the field design. So they decided to do another fan engagement campaign this year. This year it was a redesign for the dog logo that will become the official dog logo of the Cleveland Browns, which is a secondary logo. So it's the official, unofficial logo of the Cleveland Browns, officially.
Yeah, so we don't really know what that means. Like, is it going to be on the field at any point in time? Probably not. Maybe they're just using it for
Merchandise.
licensing and merchandise. Yeah,
and not clear how long it will remain the main dog logo. But
True.
they did reveal the top 5 today. We'll talk about them in the order that the top 5 were revealed. So we're going to start, and if you're watching the YouTube version, Kenny's going to throw some pictures up here for you so you can see them. Take a look as well. If you're on the radio, or I should say on your podcast directory here, we'll kind of describe them to you, let you know. Yeah. So the first one here, we got a profile of a mean looking dog here. And this one, if you've looked at these at all, it's got CLE kind of in its scruff of its neck, and the teeth kind of look like the laces of a football. So those are the kind of things that stand out in this one. It was submitted by Emily Morgan. She's like this real popular graphic designer on social media right now.
I was going to say, I've seen, it's funny, before this contest, I've seen her do like other NFL logo mock-ups.
Her Minnesota Vikings one was sick nasty, bro.
Yeah, so she's definitely built a following doing that. And I didn't really realize at first that this was hers. But like I said, we'll kind of break these down, which ones we liked, which ones we didn't. But I will say, definitely extra points for including the CLE in the dog scruff. Sorry, in the dog scruff, and the teeth. The teeth looking like a football was a unique concept as well. So from a creativity standpoint, this was the most creative logo. It kind of looks like something I would put on my hand and fist you with. So you might lose points there. But that being said, like, pretty cool angry dog profile. It almost has too much orange in it for me. The orange is so orange, and there's just too much of it.
The orange is oranger, bro. Here's the deal. You said this was the most creative one. I don't think this is the most creative one out of all of them. But I mean, I think this was solid. It does look good. So again, she's a graphic designer, so she goes ahead and she throws all of her stuff on like merchandise, so you can see what it would look like. It does look pretty good on merchandise, especially hats. It looks really good on a hat. But I mean, this one's solid. Right now, it's the top vote getter. We'll see if that stands and if the Browns pick it. But not my favorite is what I would say out of the 5. But it's pretty good.
Not my favorite. But
that leads us to this one.
Creativity points for sure.
That leads us to the next one, which is basically we've got a portrait view of a dog on this one. It's got the you know what this dog kind of looks like? It looks like the old Dog Pound logo from when we had the crazy dumbass uniforms in like 15, 16 time frame, and it just had that like weird like silhouette of a dog. It looks like that, but transferred onto like a real like dog portrait now. And I don't like it.
So I would disagree with you.
Also, I'm pretty sure this was a plant.
I would disagree with you. I think this looks very modern.
Well, you're an idiot.
Looks a little more like Pitbull-y than it does Mastiffy. So I kind of like that. I think that's kind of cool. But I love that the top of it has the Browns, like the white stripe, like the football helmet kind of running across the center. It was a
common theme in a lot of these, you'll notice. But yes, I agree. I do like that.
Yeah, I think that's cool. And what I like about, here's the thing, when I'm thinking about a logo, and this is where I think people went wrong in this contest, because it's one thing to draw a dope ass picture of a dog. It's another to design a logo entirely, right? Like, think about the most iconic logos on the planet. Think about things like Nike or I don't know, Adidas,
Facebook,
like
Google,
like yeah, like the very simple designs
Apple,
that like
Tappan
effectively
Media.
a child could draw themselves, and you'd be able to tell that's Apple or that's Nike. So to me, a lot of these designs were just there was too much going on for me to be
I
like,
agree.
that's a logo. This one to me has what I deem to be maybe the least amount going on in terms of like busy comparatively to the others. Even down to like if you look at the collar on this dog, the spikes are big. So they're like it's just one of those that's like it's more easily identifiable, which I like, and it's simpler than some of these other ones because I just think you can get way too busy on a logo.
Yeah, that part is fair. I will say that it is probably the most toned down of all of these, except with the exception of one other of the top five, which I will get to,
Agreed.
but it's more of a retro look. For all the modern looking ones, this is the most toned down out of all of them. But like I said, I'm pretty sure this was a plant because there were 389 entries for this thing, and I was going down the list and looking at all of them to see who submitted this one. I wanted to shout out to them, and I could not find this one anywhere. So pretty sure the Cleveland Browns planted this one. So if that's the case, there's a good chance this will be the next one.
That's why it's so good.
Yeah, but it's too cartoony for me. I think it like I said, I think it looks a lot like that dumb dog pound logo we used back when we had the stupid uniforms. So
are you talking about the like very cartoony puppy, like happy puppy they made the dog
it was awful
in like 2015?
Yeah, the eyes on this look
like that.
Yes, pull it up next to each other. The eyes look exactly the same.
You are high.
You're high.
You are high. You are high in the Outer Banks.
No, I'm not. Not today, at least. Yeah, but
What's
we'll move on
logo?
here. Yeah, so we got another one here. It's kind of like we got another profile view, little profile action going on. This one's all right. More of a mean look to this one. Different breed of dog, I guess you would say. And they used a lot more like brown, and like this looks more like an actual dog, like a dog face. I don't know how else to say
really,
that, but
the way the orange is incorporated is it's like the dog is wearing a Browns helmet.
It is kind of like that. And I mean, honestly, here's my big thing with this one. They're going to have a hard time marketing this one because this dog looks rabid and its eyes, they use the orange in its eyes. So it makes it look even more intense. So I don't think they're going to be able to market this one real well.
The orange eye is about the only thing I like about this. The brown, what I don't like is like, why is the collar brown and the muzzle of the dog brown? Like, it's too much brown.
It's just too much brown, man.
There's not a good ratio of color in this one. Plus, I don't know, like, you know, dogs have those like beauty marks with the whiskers coming out of their face. Like, the logo doesn't need a beauty mark. Come on.
Well, it's got one.
Well, I don't like it. This is my least favorite of all of them. Sorry, whoever made it.
This was second from the bottom for me. So we'll move on to the next one. This one it's kind of to me, what this is an updated version with a slightly more mastiffy dog than the Browns logo, the dog logo that everybody's seen, right? Which is the dopest logo. We'll get into that in a minute. But anyways, this one here, I will say this one is my favorite. So some of the things that stuck out to me on this one, there's a lot of hidden details on this. I like when you hide details in logos. The state of Ohio is on the ear. If you're looking at it on the left-hand side of it, it would be the dog's right ear. The outline of the state of Ohio is on that.
Wait, where?
The orange in its ear. If you're looking at it on the left-hand side, that's the state of Ohio.
That's the state of Ohio?
Yeah.
If that is the hidden state of Ohio, I'm Bob Saget.
Okay. You're an idiot. The other things that are in this are it has the stadium on the dog tag with the East End Zone highlighted for the dog pound. That's pretty cool. It's highlighted in white. around the outside of the dog tag. And then in the middle of the dog tag is a guitar pick as a nod to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It's got a football for a nose.
It's a dog's nose. They all look like guitar picks.
The guitar pick is in a dog tag, so you're not even looking in the right place. The
dog
nose.
Tag, wait. The dog tag is the stadium.
The inside of the dog tag looks like a guitar pick. The middle of it.
Oh,
the nose.
We're really the nose. Now.
The nose is a foot. It's got a whole thing breaking it down. I'll even send it to you so you can put it up on the screen. The nose is a football. There's 8 spikes on the collar to represent our 8 championships. The Guardian Bridge, the Hope Memorial Bridge Tower or column is the below the jowls on this thing. There's the helmet stripe on the head like Kenny loves. There's a helmet stripe on the head like Kenny loves. And dog pound helmet above the eye on the right side, which is the helmet with no face mask. That's what they wear in the dog pound. And then
there's just a bunch of random shapes on this dog. I get it.
Yeah, this dog's fantastic. I know you don't like it. You think it's too busy, but I'm a big fan of this. This one's my favorite.
It's way too fucking busy for anyone to even stomach. The ears look like they were put on upside down. And I just don't understand. It's very stoic. And I do notice the Guardian's bridge kind of sticks out to me. And I do like the white stripe on the head. Maybe I'll just dye a white stripe down my hair.
That would be something.
This just doesn't look like something that you can just put on a shirt. Like there's way too much going on.
Agree to disagree.
And it looks like they did way too much shadow. Like this thing's got, it looks like Two-Face.
I will say some people, I saw on Twitter somebody was making fun of it and they just posted a picture of the outline of Darth Vader's helmet next to it.
Yeah, that's kind of what it looks like. Is Darth Vader? Yeah, way too much going on there.
So yeah, my favorite. Kenny doesn't like it at all.
It is stoic and mean looking, like a dog should be. There's just too much going on.
Then we got this last one here, which is like a real retro one. It looks a lot like the old Dog Pound logos from way back in the day. I think this is another plant because, again, I couldn't find who submitted this one. But obvious homage to those old designs of the past. But it's just not for me. It's way too retro. It just kind of looks silly.
I actually love this logo.
Well, that's because you're an idiot.
Again, we have, as Ronnie mentioned, the retro kind of looking dog. You know what the dog actually kind of reminds me of is the Duck Hunt dog. Like laughing at you as you missed the.
That's what you want. Instills fear.
I don't like that his jowls kind of look like balls. But outside of that, again, we have the brown stripe coming down the middle of the face. It's got some, fangs sticking out. Anatomically, the dog looks normal. Also, we're just making up shapes of things and saying that they are of them. If you look at the way that the lips come down over the balls in the middle of his face and the way his ears stick out and the way that his head is humped, it almost looks like a football player.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, great. I guess. I do think that this logo is probably would have been a great logo 15 years ago. It's a little dated.
Yeah.
That being said, it's very clean. It is clean, like recognizable. But I just think that I think they're going to have to go with something a little more modern.
All right. So what's your pick?
Yes. My pick is this one that Ronnie insists is the plant with the dope ass collar and the white stripe down the head. And his nose also looks like a football and a guitar pick. And I think it's just a nice looking dog, man. It looks mean. I wouldn't mind if this dog was on our helmets.
All right. Well, you can have that dog. I'm going to go with Darth Vader. Darth Vader's my favorite. So, so that's it for the logo analysis that we gave you. Hard hitting logo analysis from Burning River Sportscast.